Welcome to our video bulletin for Friday the 4th of July. And we've been spending the week preparing for our Sunday service, which of course will be the first act of public worship since the lockdown began. And we've taken a three-phased approach to that. So the first phase has been working out what we want to do. The second phase has been thinking about how we're going to achieve it. And the third phase has been about testing it, with the emphasis all the time on making it safe. So we've got some new toys, such as our hand sanitizer here. You don't need to touch anything, you put your hand underneath, and then you get this squirt of highly alcoholic stuff. All I suggest you do is don't lick your hands after that, otherwise you'll be caught for drink driving afterwards. We've got our signage, which will improve, and as you come into the church, you won't see the church looking as it is at the moment. Seats won't be in rows, but rather they'll be put in single or household groups so that we can keep you safe. There are a lot of fears and anxieties that people have as well as we're opening up, and lots of things which we have to remind people may just be rumours. So we can do an awful lot more than some people think we can, but we must all keep safe. So for example, we've heard a lot about test and trace. Now that doesn't mean to say that if you're in a building with someone who later tests positive, that everyone has to go into lockdown, but rather it's about your proximity to those people, and that's why we need to keep socially distanced and we need to keep safe. We also need to mitigate if we're going to be under 2 meters away. So if you've got a face mask, please do bring it along, and don't feel ashamed if you feel that it's sensible to wear it. We will do the best we can to provide a safe environment, but each of us will know how we wish to take further measures. And some of those other measures we will explain on Sunday. So I do want to invite you all to come along at 10 o'clock for our Sunday service. But of course it's not just today about opening up, because the life of the church continues, and you know, over the last few months we've kept our food bank going, our city engagement going, we've been in pastoral contact with people, we're talking about weddings, we're talking about baptisms, there's a lot of other things going on. And some of our other ministry also continues. So in a couple of weeks I hope that our 2020 Liverpool plinth sculpture will be unveiled. It should be installed next week, so watch this space for more news on that. On Sunday there will be some opportunity to meet members of the congregation outside in a socially distanced way, but on Fridays we've been taking this opportunity to meet other members of the congregation as well. And this week Father Fergus has been speaking to Roger.
Hello, I'm joined by Roger for this week's Meet the Congregation slot. Roger, tell us something about yourself.
Hello, Fergus. Yes, I'm Roger Merchant, and I first came to St Nick's. I actually worked out. This last Easter would have been 30 years ago. But there was a long gap before I came again, because at the same time I was in the process of buying my business, which was a nursing home. And unfortunately, the nursing home often beat church on a Sunday to have to work. But I think it was probably about 5 or 6 years later that I became a regular worshipper. And I've been lucky enough, while I've been at St Nick's, to have been on the PCC twice. And my greatest pleasure was being a church warden and then parish assistant. So I know St Nick's pretty well. And I know most of the people at St Nick's, and miss you all terribly.
And talking about missing, what have you sort of missed? What's the sort of lockdown been like for you?
I have not enjoyed lockdown. I think it's strange. I mean, I've been retired now for several years. So often you have to spend a day on your own because there's nothing going. But I've realized that while lockdown's going on, the biggest thing one is denied is choice. One doesn't have a choice. I might choose to stay in, I might choose to go out and meet friends, I might choose to go out and have a meal, I might choose to stay in and eat. But lockdown takes that away from you completely. The positive thing is that I've learned to cook. I've made myself learn to cook as a positive thing. The disaster was when I tried to cut my hair, which did not work very well. And I can't wait to get to the hairdresser to get that sorted. I can't believe how much I've missed church. Yes, I've missed the worship, of course, but the clergy have been wonderful in the way they've done the Zoom work with worship. But what I've missed, and it was a word you mentioned in your sermon this morning, so I'm just saying I listened to your sermon, was the word together. And that's what I've missed, being together with my other worshippers. And that makes a huge difference. And when I'm going through the service like this morning, because we're quite institutional the way we sit at St. Nick's, I imagine Pat next to me, Bonnie and John to my left, Dan and Ray over there. And it's terrible, really, but it's just the way we are. David and Hilary in front of me. So that makes a difference. But I do miss that whole kind of being together and greeting each other. Of course, what I am going to have a problem with is that I am by nature a huggy person. And I'm going to have to tie my hands behind my back when I do come back to St. Nick's, because I will naturally go to hug people and
well, I'm sure we can arrange one of those sort of cattle prods or something to keep a safe distance.
A warning bell, it's a safe distance.
Roger, it's lovely to speak to you, and we are looking forward to coming back together and seeing you again face to face soon. Thank you for talking to us.
When our service ends on Sunday, we're going to ask you to leave by the garden doors. The garden will be locked on Sunday, which is one way of keeping us safe and also allowing young people in our community to meet together in a socially distanced way. Now, as we meet in the gardens afterwards, we're going to ask you again to remain socially distanced, to remain within the rules, but this will be a safe space where the public won't be present, where you can encounter one, possibly two friends, but please do stick with the guidelines. But there is much that we can do in this space. So on Sunday morning, our celebrant will be me. I shall preside at the Eucharist, and our preacher will be Fr Yazid. And if you can't be with us on Sunday morning, that's absolutely fine. And please do stay safe as much as you feel able. But part of our testing out of things this week has been on live streaming. And so we've done a full technical run through of our live streaming, and it will be available on our YouTube channel from 10 o'clock. So whether you're here in person or whether you're going to watch on YouTube, I very much look forward to seeing you or being seen on Sunday morning.